Okay, kid, go ahead. Count us down.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah, we are. But go ahead. Count us down as though we weren't live, as though we're just becoming live. Go ahead. Do it. Do it.
3, 2, 1, action.
And we're live here with Clivers and Billy the Kid. Mackenzie, I've decided we're going to call you Billy the Kid from now on. Is that all right?
That's fun.
Okay. So we're here with the Kid. We're here with Clyde. Clyde, you're kind of like Doc Holliday. You know, older, professional, irascible. You carry a Derringer. Is that right?
Yes.
I see. Well, look, for those of you who are joining us live, thank you. We will be talking to you folks in just a minute. For those of you who are watching this all posted up, I must tell you, live streams are really annoying because there's all sorts of hijinks, shenanigans, and camaraderie in the room that you will not be a part of, sir. But we want you to enjoy this cast anyway. So we will ultimately be talking watches and viewer mail and viewer questions. So if you get bored with the shenanigans in the first 3 or 4 minutes, just scoot along 4 or 5 minutes deep into this broadcast and you will get to the good stuff, the watch talk, the horology. Clyde, let's say hello to the people.
Oh, and by the way, if you happen to be watching this and you're not alive, suck a hole.
Suck a hole.
The horn is... Oh, wait. Well, no. That was rude, Clyde. That was mean. I think what you're saying is... What are you saying, Clyde? He's not here.
Well,
Clyde, that's terrible. Just because... No. You're making... Clyde just made a Nosferatu reference, and I think that was wrong and out of place, sir. Wrong and out of place. Okay, so let's say hello to the people. We've got Nate O, we've got Booser, Kermit the Frog, Valen Greymoon, of course, Geezer, Tree Dillinger, Random Rob in the house. Rob, thank you so much for joining us. Another famous YouTube celebrity, much more famous than myself. Blue Shirt, Buddha. Who else, Clyde? Who else do we have here?
No. You're making...
Come on, Clyde. Oh, dear God, don't tell me you've made the Mark Goldberg soundboard, please.
No,
Jack Purcell, Geezer, Blue Shirt, Buddha, Junior, Johnson, Nate O, and a cast of, reprobates and felons, and those of you who probably belong in rehab. And most of you actually should be helping the wife to, clean the place up. But no, you're just, screwing around on YouTube. Clyde, how was your day today, Clyde? Tell me. What'd you do today?
Not too bad. A couple intakes. So...
Yeah. Let's see. We had felonious assault yesterday, wasn't it? With a deadly weapon, or what was yesterday? Possession of a nasty
felon in possession of a firearm.
And today we had a couple of violent criminals in the office.
No, just a couple of DUIs. Your average garden variety.
Well, no. DUI was good. In my state, costs you thousands of dollars to get out of a DUI. Well, you don't get out of it, but to process your way through. So I'm thinking, DUI is another. It's like, the bread and butter for an Oklahoma attorney such as yourself.
Exactly. That's why we're not looking forward to self-driving cars.
No, that would be awful. But, somewhere along the line, someone's going to, jack them up on high octane, and that'll become illegal. And, well, I don't know, Clyde. Do you think you'll be around to see self-driving cars? Is that going to, affect us during our lifetime?
No.
Yeah, it's not coming that fast, right?
Well, it depends. Maybe if you use some mood music or lighting, a little bit of floor play.
Where are you going?
Or it might be coming.
Where are you going here? Oh, whether it's coming in our time or not. Billy the Kid, Mackenzie, do you think you're going to live to see? I think the kid's going to live to see driving cars. What do you think, Mackenzie?
Yeah, I'll probably stick it out.
Clyde, I don't think you and I are going to be around as long as the kid. So, kid, we're going to depend upon you to, carry forward, haul our ashes around with you, show us the new watches as they become available in, 2050, because Clyde and I have plans to check out before that. But I think maybe I'm going to will a portion of my ashes to you so I can, accompany you at all times. Would you be willing to eat a teaspoon of my, in return for a legacy of some sort? Would you be willing to mix a teaspoon of my ashes into a 5-alarm chili?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. Sweet. Because then I can be with you at all times. I can go right through you. Okay. Pharmacist Stewart over the counter wants to know if he can have my Rolex. I don't, which one, and how old are you? And how old are you, pharmacist? Now, Booser asks, why didn't I keep the Zenith? Clyde, tell him why I didn't keep the Zenith. It's a very simple reason.
Because Archie had one. That's
No, we had a different one. I mean, it was an El Primero, but he had the open heart that was shot by a 22, and I had the closed face 42 millimeter. You know,
Right.
But I didn't keep it because it wasn't a Rolex. I think that was the first problem that it had. And secondly, it turns out I'm not that much of a chronograph guy. I think I could make an exception for your Daytona, kid. What do you think?
Yeah, you need a Daytona. Do you have one?
No, I did. I hate you right now. I hate you because what some of you punters may realize and some of you may not is the kid just poked me right there. I did have a Daytona and foolishly I sold it.
Well, you see, Mark, I think you need to get the Rainbow Daytona.
I would love the Rainbow Daytona. Oh my God! You know what are those like 75,000? Is
It would
right?
be
You'd have
fabulous.
to sell your whole collection.
I would. Well, yeah, but you know what? They're not as much as like the platinum.
Right.
They're not. What
And if you got one, I know
white.
what I would be calling it.
Fabulous.
the Gaytona, right?
Yep.
Clyde? The Gaytona. Yeah, I
It
figured.
would be fabulous.
Which you of course would spell with a PH.
Yeah.
Fabulous. So, but the Rainbow Daytona is that? Remind me, it's yellow gold, right? Is it yellow gold?
Rose gold with rainbow diamonds. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not diamonds. I mean, some of it's diamonds, but it's
Or
diamonds,
sapphires, rubies.
right? Emeralds. I mean, those are just fabulous and fantastic. What do they retail for, guys?
No clue.
Well,
Probably you're about right. 75.
that's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an incredible. Yeah, boy, wow. But just imagine knocking that one around a little bit. Ooh, that would really
You
bug
could
me.
get the leopard Daytona and be the real Tiger King.
The Leopard Daytona. What is it? Is it got stones, or are you talking about the dial?
No, there's like a cheetah print Daytona.
Get out! Is that one of those funky colored ones? What the hell are those called? The white gold on the strap? You know, the ones that you like, the girly ones.
No, it has a leopard dial.
Get out!
Look
Why
it
do
up.
I?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too much craziness in this world. Well, guys, for those of you who are just joining us and were not here yesterday I struggled. I limped along to try and figure out how to show you
Random Rob.
something on my screen. Yes.
Random Rob was commenting.
Mhm.
Now, if you want to highlight his comment,
Well, now I got to find it. Tried the rainbow. Hold on. I missed him. Where are we at? It was it fabulous? Random Rob, where did you get one? Like, wow. That must be me. I tried on a Platona. No, a Platinum Day Date. That was amazing. Amazing. Super heavy. But I bet it was fabulous. Were you tempted to buy it, Rob? Oh, let's see. So the kid has just sent me the picture. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, that's crazy.
Fabulous.
That's insane. Is this real?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
it's real.
What the hell is this?
It's stock.
It's soft.
Stock. That's like.
That's It's factory. Yeah, it's OEM factory. What the hell is that? Is it gold? And it's blinged out, and it's on a strap. What do they call this thing? And what's it sell for? I would never own this. It's really horrible. You need to be like basically a pimp or a rapper to own this. I don't think I'm entitled. I don't have the street cred, but it's pretty amazing. I would love to picture Random Rob walking around wearing. I think he's way too manly for this, but that's something else, man.
well, I don't know. You may not have the street cred, but couldn't you wear it while you're walking around the kennel?
No, Nate says it's called the Leopard Daytona, and I know exactly what you mean. It's a little much for me. The Rainbow Daytona, though, is well within my wheelhouse, ladies and gentlemen. Well within the Daytona Beach. Thank you, Geezer. That's what I was thinking about. Is that a Daytona Beach? Because you like those, Mackenzie.
No, it's not. Daytona Beach comes in like yellow, green, pink,
A
turquoise.
few years back, there was one that sold for 1,200 euros. I don't know what you're referring to there, Eduardo, but like I can't believe any Daytona was selling for that. So I did not keep the El Primero because it wasn't a Rolex, and I'm just not really a chrono guy, and I got nervous keeping it in the following sense. I felt that the time was right to get my money out of it, and in fact, I think I made a $50, $60, $100 profit on it. I don't remember, but I made a little money on it. And I felt like I needed to do that quickly or I would be living with it a long time, and I didn't want that. The kid, William Richardson, the kid is the one who introduced me to all these Daytona Beach pastels. I thought he was kidding. Like, you think you know,
They're real.
right? You think you know Rolex, and then all of a sudden what you find out is, you don't know shit. Mark, were you actually mad at Archie the other day? Nate, I was not mad. I was not mad. I was nervous. I got like real scared, and I will tell you why.
He was furious. Phurious. Furious.
Clyde, I wasn't. I just like I almost had a heart attack though, and I will tell you why.
He was in a frenzy.
My co-author and I signed a contract with our publishing company over a year ago. You know, like I don't know, like maybe a year and a half ago now, to bring out the art of training your dog, and baked right into the contract are some confidentiality clauses about the detailed nature of the work ultimately when a title. By the way, many of you may not know this, but a lot of times books get written and the titles are figured out after the whole book is already written. And so it was with this one. We didn't really know the name of it until quite recently when it was already written. But nonetheless, we were enjoined from giving away the eventual title and showing the cover before, the publisher wants to control the flow of information into the marketplace. And I understand that it's for the best sales of the book and so forth. So when Archie let slip, the name of the book or close to the name of the book, I was worried that he was going to show the cover because I had shared that with the Cardinals. I'd shared and one of the Cardinals was the loose link. Loose lips sink ships, Jim. And one of the Cardinals, sort of let slip, what happened. And anyway, but what happened was it was Jin put it out there and he gave it to Archie, and then Archie started blabbing, and then I went, fuck, and I started making phone calls to see if I could make it stop and what happened. And then Jin was the one who informed me, Mark, it's on Amazon. It went live for pre-sale on Amazon, which meant the confidentiality clause was lifted. And I didn't know, man. The one who told me that my book was live on Amazon was not my editor. It was not my publisher. It was not my agent. It was not my co-author. It was my bosom buddy, the Jin Tingler. So I think we need to
shout out to Ethan Blauner in the chat.
Answer some questions.
Don't lift.
Yeah, I wanted to highlight that. I wanted to address that. Where is that? I can't find it. You don't even do you even lift, bro?
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. I've seen some pictures that make me think he must do something.
Who's that?
Here we go.
There it is.
Do you even lift, bro? So, Mackenzie, just turn on your camera. Just show us a bicep real quick. Just like one.
I can't do it.
Not wearing pants?
No pants today.
Yeah. Guys, you should have seen the pre-show. He's not lying right now. the pre-show. He's not lying. Okay, well, anyway, that's what happened there. Yeah. So, okay. Are Zap collars AC or DC? I don't really know how to answer that. I'm not an electrical engineer. I don't really know what any of that means. So I do know that you can train a dog very gently with an e-collar if you get a good one and you know how. And the problem is most people don't know how to buy a good e-collar, Clyde, and they don't know how to use it even if they should accidentally buy one of the few decent ones on the market. So
I'm looking more of an AC3 Zap collar.
That would be a very large collar, and what we do with something like that is we hook like a WWF championship belt to a truck battery, and then we just strap that to the Minotaur's nether regions. Doxa.
I'm wearing the Doxa today.
Yeah, we're going to need to have a quick look at a bicep or a tricep, just something that, just show us that you lift. Show us something. Okay. What's his name? Nate? Who's the
Ethan Blauner.
Ethan, I owe you an apology, and I would like to tell you I'm sorry. I doubted you, Ethan, but now I'm like, I think he might be right. Do you even lift, bro? I mean, it looks like you may do a calisthenics. I know, you do yoga. That's what it is, right? It's yoga. Yeah, all right. Well done. Well-fisted, sir. Well-fisted. Oh, we are Doxa buddies right now. Mine looks a little redder, and yours looks like a little orangier.
Must be the lighting.
Yeah, it could be. Guys, Mackenzie and I spend all day long in a mutual, fisting session trying to see which of us will break down and buy. This is a sub 300T Doxa, and they come in a variety of colors. And Mackenzie and I fist each other all day long trying to decide which of us is going to break down and buy the turquoise one first. And we just egg each other on. So
I think Doxa does the best color of dials.
Oh my God,
incorporate colors so well.
If you'd like to see footage of Mark and Mackenzie fisting each other,
super chat.
Please subscribe to the Patreon page. Thank you.
No, there is no Patreon page, but they could super chat. I have a picture here. I sent this picture to Mackenzie and it pissed him off. Because we do have the orange one, but guys, look at that.
The turquoise is just killer.
It is completely killer.
On that beads of rice bracelet.
It's gorgeous. And the only reason that I bought this one, I really kind of wanted the turquoise, but the problem is that the orange one is the icon of the range. I mean, and the turquoise is just, beautiful, really, really striking, but it's not the icon. This is the icon. And so I wanted the iconic one, but then do you really, should anybody own two Doxes? I mean,
well, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, you're both Dox buddies. They have in different colors.
Mix them and match them.
Don't you? Yeah. Don't you think maybe you should maybe think about getting one for young Mackenzie? Maybe.
Oh, I should buy him one?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Maybe you could give him the purple one.
Well, okay. Did you just say? Oh my God! Actually, Mackenzie, what if we buy one together and then we just rotate it? We just ship it back and forth. What do you think?
That's fine.
We could think about that, And then if we sell it, we just split the proceeds. Because I don't think either one of us wants to spend $2,000 on a second Doxa. I just don't think it makes sense. But don't you occasionally look at the turquoise 200 because it's only $1,000?
Super chat.
Clyde, you got to be more creative than that. Horace, when do we stop talking shitters and start talking Oris? Well, Horace, I thought you wanted to stop talking shitters. Oh, I sent Crappy. Speaking of Oris, I sent Crappy an email today. I hope he will respond. And even if he doesn't, I feel a little bit good that I sent this email. I will read it to you. No, you know what? I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it because part of the thing that irritated Crappy with me was me making everything public. So I'm not gonna. But I sent him a reach out, not a reach around, Clyde, but a reach out.
Damn it! All right.
And Oris is what made me think of it because he went and bought the Oris. I wanted to buy an Oris, and Mackenzie, you wouldn't let me, would you?
Magnanza.
What happened?
No.
I see. Mackenzie can say Magnanza. So. I don't know. Where were we?
Oris.
Oris.
Never buy an Oris.
Yeah, I wanted to buy. Vintage. You wouldn't let me buy one unless it's vintage. Okay.
Which one are you looking at?
Clyde.
Yes.
What you doing?
Actually, you would. Well, so vintage Oris is all right. Is that what you guys are saying? Is it?
Yeah, the big crown pointer date.
Mm-hmm.
One of my good friends has one.
Huh.
You wouldn't. I wanted to buy one. Clyde wouldn't let me buy. Okay, who's your friend? Who's your little friend? Clivers. So I have an important watch question to bring to the punters. This was sent to markgoldberg8@gmail.com, which is where you can send your important questions. Also, I read the comments in my videos, so we'll be talking about some of them shortly as well, boys and girls. And I'm waiting for one of you two to do your job and alert me that Booster has sent a couple of bucks. Who's going to do it? I got to do my own?
Yep.
Bagnanza. Booster, $1.99. Everyone type 1 to make Marge read it. Oh. Oh, is that what it is? Everyone's typing 1? What's all those ones? Mark is Gelly. I don't know what Gelly means. What's Gelly, Clyde? I don't know. Whatever it is, I probably am. Or maybe jelly.
Why don't you go ask the kids in the kennel what it means?
Okay, here we go. Important watch question. Now, this is a very long, very, very long, way too long, of a letter from Mitch. And I don't know if we're going to be making fun of Mitch by the end of this letter or if we will start early in the first paragraph. Important watch question. Hi, Mark. I have been a fan of yours for some time, and I really enjoy your videos, your personality, your wit, and I, too, am an animal lover. Well, let's see if you still enjoy my wit and wisdom when I'm done with you. I'm sorry to see that you hurt your arm. I racked up a dog training injury on this kind of arm. Is very tender right now. Dog training is a rough business. Get it? Rough? R-U-F?
Get it.
Rough. Okay. LOL. In all seriousness, I hope you are staying safe during these times. Thank you. I hope you can help me with a serious situation that has brought up a fierce debate, Clyde, in my local watch world. I am a relatively new collector, and I love Rolex. My Explorer 214270, that is the 42
Explorer
millimeter, is a daily driver, and I simply love the watch. So versatile, and it can be worn to the office on the weekends and with formal attire. Oh, that's right. That's the 39.
That's 39.
I actually,
39.
That's that's the Explorer 1.
Yes.
Also, I just got the same. I just got this same email, and I did a response to it this morning. But go ahead.
Did you? That's great. Did he send you
Copy and
$50
paste.
like he did me?
No, he sent me 75.
Is that right? Son of a bitch. God damn it, Mitch. My Air King, and by the way, what this means is that, Mitch gets around. Mitch is like the herpes letter writer of the watch world. Probably. Random Rob, tell us if you got a letter from Mitch also. My Air King 116900 Yachtmaster 2116680 and date just 41 millimeter 126303 round out my collection. So I'm developing a good relationship with my AD to hopefully get a Submariner date 116610, the ceramic sub date. I've been on the waiting list for over 6 months, and I hope to get the call soon. That seems like a long time to be on the
Especially
call.
if you bought 4 Rolexes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And honestly, what's he got? He's got an Air King, Yachtmaster 2, Date Just, and an Explorer 1. You didn't buy anything really popular. God, how much stuff do you have to buy? I mean, I like the collection. Don't get me wrong. But he bought like a lot of stuff before getting to like the hot model. The first one of those would be that Submariner. Hope to get the call soon. I own 4 Rolex luxury timepieces, but given the current state of affairs with COVID-19, my wife has insisted that I not wear them. Wait till you hear this, guys. They say the disease is spread through droplets of infected saliva that is transmitted from a sick person to a healthy person, and that these droplets can stay active for up to several days on stainless steel. All my watches are stainless steel, or Rolex is oyster steel. Well, don't you know that oyster steel is virus resistant? How do you not know that?
904L is.
That's the whole point. This 904L steel is like, corrosion and virus resistant. And the date just is steel and gold, so the virus can stay on my watches for a long time. How does a guy like this, with this sort of mental acuity, Mitch, I'm really sorry. Okay, Mackenzie, you think it's a trust fund or family money, or did he invent something? And if he invented something, like what would it have been? Like I think he would have invented a new flavor, like banana, chocolate, strawberry. Like I think he would have invented a new flavor, a flavor, yeah, like beef and reef, beef and reef flavored, beef and reef flavored
What is Archie like?
ice
Apple
cream,
pecan? Yeah.
or maybe he invented a new color called clear. Okay. Anyway, so the virus could stay on. So the virus could stay on my watches for a long time. I do not constantly touch my watch through the day, so that's not a huge concern.
This guy's trolling.
You're fucking wearing your watch all day. How? Well, look, now I'm touching my Doxa, now I'm not. Now I'm touching my Doxa, now I'm not. Oh, look, you're touching your Omega, but you're touching it. You are potentially infecting millions of Mark Goldberg subscribers right now by touching that watch. Stop touching that watch. Okay, anyway, I'm going to keep going. Dude, as long as you're wearing your watch, you're touching it. Oh, my God. Okay. I don't constantly touch my watch throughout the day, so that is not a huge concern. But what really does concern me is that
Clive, did you answer this question?
Yeah, we're gonna get to. Hold on. Let me do my dramatic reading, and then we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about Clyde's answer to him also. Okay, we're going to get there. But guys, we have another like 20 minutes to milk out of this letter. So, let's approach this slowly and with caution.
Martha's going to milk. Whoa.
Whoa. Tommy D, you really have to work for the DA's office to get through this letter with a straight face. Actually, Tommy D, I think you have to be a defense attorney. Your Honor, there is no possible way my client could have blown a .08. Right, Clyde? You've perfected the straight face.
I don't know.
It's not my pants, Your Honor. They weren't my pants. Yes, the drugs were in the pants, but those that I was wearing, but those weren't my pants. Clyde, you pioneered that defense in open court.
No, I refuse to pioneer this defense in open court.
And then you pled him out. You would have been better off with the pants defense. Okay. But what really does concern me is that I must obviously touch the watch. I must obviously touch the watch to wind it. And of course, if I don't wind the watch, it becomes useless. So winding my watch seems like a risky endeavor. And by the way, that's spelled with an O-U-R. So this guy's either Canadian or a Brit, Seems like a risky endeavor during the COVID-19 outbreak, and I need a safer alternative as I'm over 60 years old. I know I am not the first person to worry about this. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, Mitch, you are indeed the first person to ever worry about this. So I'm wondering, what are others doing with their mechanical watches? What are others doing with their mechanical watches during this pandemic? What are you personally doing, Mark? Well, I mean, I'm a very unusual case. I'm actually winding my watch with my penis and then, dipping that into my, boiling hot coffee. But I don't, for sterilization purposes, but I don't recommend that you try that.
Watch with the penis.
Both.
Okay.
My solution is to put my 4 Rolex luxury timepieces away in a safe place until the pandemic is over and buy a quartz watch that does not need to be wound. This would be much safer, don't you think? Which luxury quartz timepiece would you recommend? I'm looking at 2 luxury quartz timepieces on crownandcaliber.com. First, a Breitling Aerospace Evo Night Mission with a long reference number. And second, an Omega Seamaster 300 with another reference number. What do you think? Thank you, my friend Mitch. Mitchell. Okay, first of all, I think the first thing that you need to do is you need to sell all of your Rolexes, and you need to buy a G-Shock. And then I think you need to lose my email address, and you need to write clivewatchwrangler@gmail.com from now on with all of your burning and important questions, because you, sir, are a problem child. And I pray that this guy's a troll, that he's not serious, that he has to wind his Rolex, that he's not touching his Rolex, that the virus is while he's in quarantine, the virus is going to live on the stainless steel, and that he would be better off with a quartz watch and stand less chance of contracting COVID-19. I do think there is some small chance, before we throw this open to Clive, the kid, and the punters, that he has already contracted COVID-19 and it has eaten his brain cells all the way down to like the cerebral cortex, and there's just a little bit of a hypothalamus rattling around in his empty skull and nothing else. Mitchell, I want you to cease and desist, unsubscribe from my channel immediately, and send me a donation. Immediately. Guys, in the comments, tell me what you think about this. And Clive, what did you tell this guy?
Super chat.
You need to add luxury timepieces to the horological turrets lexicon. And I think by horological turrets, I think he means the horns, Clyde.
No. He's like, no. Because
turrets.
No.
Turrets.
It's turrets, because we all know that right before World War II, in the Maginot Line, they're all wearing breguets. So that's what they mean by horological turrets.
I see. Well, I just put the word Tourette's because what the kid has is Tourette's. Turrets is what Archie has. There's like little machine guns. Turret is like what's on top of a tank. It can turn. All right.
And also, if the turret is on an airplane, you should be wearing a Brigade Type 20.
Hugh Janus says that Mitch needs to find a hammer and smash it in his own face. Clyde, you made a video about this. I'm sorry that I didn't realize that this morning. Tell us what did you tell him? What's your perspective?
I said, yeah, actually, you probably no one has ever brought this up before, ever.
You think he was he serious?
Yeah. Well, what I said is, okay. Your Explorer is your Explorer 39 is your favorite one. Don't spend money on a freaking quartz Breitling or a quartz thing. Put your Explorer 1 on. Put the rest of the bank vault.
I see. So you gave him a thoughtful, serious answer.
Yeah, I said Oyster Perpetual. Oyster means it's waterproof. So that means that when you could like rub it down with alcohol wipe.
You what I'm saying is somehow you refrained from telling Mitch that he's a moron. Like you didn't go there. Is that correct?
Right. Yes.
You're a better man than I gunged then, man.
I played it straight. That's why
I can't play anything straight, Clyde. You know this about me. That's a handicap. I don't think I can do that.
Right. And when I said when you wash your hands, just simply treat your wrist with the watch as part of your hands.
Well, he doesn't touch his watch, Clyde. He wears it, but he doesn't touch it.
Well,
I'm only touching it when I'm winding it or turning the bezel or touching the clasp. Otherwise, I'm not touching it at all.
That's why he needs to wear the Explorer 1 because it does not have a bezel.
Well, that's a very good point. Did you Clyde?
Basically, saying I don't understand how someone is going to get droplets on your watch and not get droplets on you.
Unless they're
salivating over your Rolex.
Did you tell this dumb fuck that every watch he owns is an automatic and does not need to be wound if he's wearing it during the day? Like, how do they need to be wound? Just now keep in mind. Wait, super chat. Yes, I know. We got a couple. Let's catch up real quick. Paul Kendrick, £2. Thank you, sir. Any ideas on the stock market in the next 6 to 12 months? Well, on the panel, you are in luck, sir. We have Billy the Kid with an MBA. And now, mind you, he's only 12 years old. But let's get your perspective, Billy.
I mean, they're going down, but I think they'll definitely come back up in the next few months.
When you start a market prediction with the words, I mean, there's some words of wisdom there. I mean, this kid is very much like, Berkshire Hathaway. Well, I mean, this is what I think is going to happen. It's gonna drop like a rock, and then it's going to come back because it always comes back, unless it's the end of the world. Don't you agree, Clyde?
Yeah, whatever.
Clyde really doesn't care, guys, because Clyde keeps all his money in watches and in frozen ribeye steaks, which he buys only on sale. Thurston Howe the third, $1.99. Happy Pesach and happy Easter to all. Thank you, sir. Pesach, of course, being the Jewish Passover, which is celebrated a couple of nights ago with a Seder that I managed to slip away from and not attend. And Easter, however, Easter is underway here in this household as we are filling eggs with chocolate and headed over to the local church on Saturday to have them. We're going to do a drive-by blessing. I have an Easter basket now, guys. Pretty cool. This is what happens when you marry out of the faith. This is exactly what happens. Okay.
He needs to sell all of his Rolex.
He does. He's not entitled to own them. Yes.
But
or buy a watch winder.
Here's how I was going to get the winding part. Now, he might have advanced onset Mark Goldberg syndrome.
Yes.
So if he has several watches, he's probably not wearing the same watch throughout the day. Therefore, the rotor's not being wound. Therefore, he might have to wind it. If he was just down to one Rolex and wore that every day, unless he is extremely inactive.
Yes.
Then
I see, Clyde. I see and I understand. Well, you do make a very good point, which is okay. Although they're automatic, they could be running out, and that's true too. So, but yes, winding your watch is not killer. And if you were really worried about it, just wash your hands as you wash your watches because it's all waterproof, just like your hands.
Well, rather watches if you wash your hands.
I think Mitch was screwing with us, Clyde. I think he was messing with us. Okay, next, Rob Pascarella writes, and he says, Hola, I've been loving my Sea Dweller a little too much. I've heard that you recommend Cape Cod cloths before. I looked on Amazon, and there are several. Please tell me the one to get. Well, the one that you get says Cape Cod cloth right on the packaging. And it is sold in different amounts. You get the single cloth in an envelope, sort of like a metal-looking baggie. And in the can comes a whole bag of them or a whole bunch of them.
Isn't there one for polished surfaces and like the rough surfaces?
blah, 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 blah. Exactly. All right. Well, the kid is figuring out what.
Mark, remove the gag. Please remove the boy's gag whenever someone asks him a question.
Oh, good point. Mackenzie, please try and take the ball gag out of your mouth and speak up. All right, hold on. I'm gonna show you guys which one. It's either of these two.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Okay, Cape Cod cloth. $15, you'll get a can that's a huge giant bunch of them.
Yep.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Get any one of them. They're pretty much all the same. Get any one of them that says Cape Cod cloth, but make an original one. Okay, now let's see. Let's go to the comments where I can read you some of the comments and questions that we've got going on here. Bear with, and I will find them for you forthwith. Comments and questions. Somebody's asking if I still have my 16613 bluesy, and the answer is I do. I put it on show you what I did, guys. I like it now. I mean, I'm not wearing it a lot, but I put it on a strap. Didn't I, Clyde?
Strap on. Strap off.
Strapper. You know what I really decided I disliked about this watch more than anything else was the jingly jangly bracelet with hollow center links and tinfoil clasp. So this is just like a $20. It's not even a Hirsch. It is leather. It is bolstered, and it does the bolsters, and it has quick release pins. So what's funny, Clyde? What did I say? What did I do?
No, not what you were saying at all. Valid agreement. Wax on, wax off.
What? No. It's wax on, wax off. That's what it is. So.
Well, and as Dr. BBW would remind us, tinfoil belongs in a hat, not on a clasp.
Let me find another couple comments because there was lots of questions that I thought amazing content. Keep it up. Yes, thank you, Tom. Okay, here's one. This is interesting. X-Freak1 says, I got the call for my Hulk a few days ago, and it was dropped to my home by the AD. I couldn't believe it. Now, he doesn't say where he lives, and it would have really been interesting to know where that was, but he sounds American to me. So,
speaking of dropping watches, do you think we're going to have Bruce on again today?
Now that was Jin that dropped Hans Patek.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Anyway, so for all those people who say that none of the ADs are working from home, no watches are being delivered, etc., that's bullshit right there. X-Freak1 got the call and got the Hulk, if you believe him. Decon with a whopping $10. Hi, Mark. Can I see your good-looking German Shepherd? Yeah, I'll tell you what. Give me a second, and I'm going to show you her in a picture. Why in a picture? Because she's in her crate right now, and the reason she's in her crate is because...
she's guarding Mackenzie.
No, it's dinner time, and she's going to be obnoxious about eating. So she's not guarding Mackenzie. Clyde, that's so rude. There she is. Look how charming and sweet and cute she is. That's a really pretty dog, and I was so lucky. And there's my other two little monkeys. She was given to me. I was given her by a client. She's a very well-bred shepherd. One day or another, I will get one from the monks of New Skeet, but she's the very, very same type of German shepherd that they breed. Real beautiful temperament. And a client had her, loved her, couldn't keep her because one of the kids got severely allergic. And so I had trained her, and she gave her to me. So I was lucky because she's a lovely girl, lovely dog. Okay. Here is another one. This is from Hamza Abadelghani. I am from England, and I got the call from Goldsmiths this week. I believe that is an AD in England. I got the call this week for a 50th edition Sea Dweller to pay in full now, but then only be able to collect it when the shop reopens. I am not sure what to do, to be honest. I really do want the watch, but is this a bit risky? So the 50th anniversary Sea Dweller is the That's the stainless steel 43 millimeter red line Sea Dweller, right? Isn't that what that is, boys? The 43?
Yes.
Okay.
The Red Sea Dweller.
So, okay, that's a good way to call it. The SD43 or the Red Sea Dweller. And he says they want him to pay now, but he'll only be able to collect when the shops reopen, and he thinks that's risky. Well, I don't think it's that risky, personally, from the following standpoint. First, undoubtedly, you'll pay with a credit card. And if you pay with a credit card, well, at least in the United States, you get credit card protection, right? Which means that if they don't deliver the watch, you can claim it and get it back, get your money back. But you only have 30 days to do that. Well, I guess what you have to say is, what are the chances of Goldsmiths going under, going out of business, declaring bankruptcy and keeping your money? Seems highly unlikely, right? Don't you think, Clyde? Kid, pipe in. One would what?
Are you overdoing the shot caller with McKenzie? What's wrong with them?
No, you were talking, Clyde. Go ahead. Finish the thought.
No, McKenzie, after you, please.
Go ahead, bud.
Well, no, I mean, I think the chances are...
Don't fight, girls.
I think the chances are unlikely, but to me, it's just like... and like I said, we don't know how long this is going to go on. There's who knows? They might go under. Businesses go under during recessions.
Here's what I would do. I don't know Goldsmiths, although pharmacists do it over the counter, says Goldsmiths is reliable. What I would do is I would ask them to put down half now and pay the other half upon delivery. That seems very reasonable to do. That's what I would do. It just depends on how cunty they are over there. But because I don't love the idea of paying, $12,000 for something and then not knowing when they're going to make delivery. But I would offer to put down a substantial deposit. And if you have reason to believe that Goldsmiths is a reliable business, which pharmacists over the counter says they are, then I would probably go ahead and do that. So, okay. What else do we got here? Now I have Latan Buzzard asking, how durable is the bezel of the Tudor Black Bay? And he goes, I'm probably going to go for the red, which is the Black Bay Burgundy, and that's the one that I've got. And he wants to know how reliable or durable is the bezel. And, it's an aluminum insert. It's not ceramic. So what we know is it won't shatter, but it could scratch. And in all likelihood, it will scratch. So durable? Reasonably durable, but it will patina in the sense that it'll get marks on it. It could fade.
Super chat.
Clyde, too lazy to launch the soundboard of anything. Tommy, Clyde, if you really love me, you'd make a Mark super chat. Tommy D, $9.99. I'm really glad you and Clive left your full campiness shine here on your stream. Don't let Archie's blistering homophobia dampen your fabulousness. Tommy, do you watch Archie? I think you're kidding here, Tommy. It's very cute of you. It's very funny.
Hello, how are you?
I love gay men. Archie is gayer than I am. Archie's like the straightest gay man that I ever met. And Clyde, Clyde is just an understanding, lovely, educated Oklahoman, and there are so few. There are so few like you, Clyde, that you are a national treasure, if not a state treasure. You're at least you're like a national treasure, Clyde. Treasure, Clyde.
Well, I'm the closest thing Oklahoma has to Stephen Fry.
To a civilized human being, or you're the closest thing Oklahoma has to Andy Cohen. That's what I would say. So, and Mackenzie,
I think the Tudor Black Bay bezel is pretty durable now. I love my Tudor 58 about 3 days.
Mackenzie, stop running away from the microphone while you talk. So say it again, but now let me explain to you how this works. We talk into the microphone. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
I was going to say that the bezel's actually pretty durable. I wear my 58 3 days a week.
Yeah, really? I should wear mine. What bezel color do you have?
It's black. So
you never send me the pictures of it. You never show me. But I should pull mine out. Mackenzie, I should pull it out. It's got great loom. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Wear it. Don't worry about that bezel. Here's the beautiful thing about those aluminum bezel inserts. If they just get beat up to the point where you just don't like it and it really bothers you, they can change it. They can swap it out, and it's not crazy expensive to do that. It's like maybe $100 or something like that around here, to do that. Tommy D, is Archie the better Call Saul to Clive's Inherit the Wind? Clyde, do you know what he means? The better Call Saul. I don't understand. Clyde, do you get that? Clyde, are you there?
I'm trying to figure out. That's actually kind of a deep question.
What's Call Saul? I mean, Inherit the Wind. Oh, not Gone with the Wind. Inherit the Wind. What the hell? Is that I don't know. I think I'm ignorant. I don't know.
It's about the Scopes trial in Tennessee.
The monkey trial.
Exactly.
Tommy, we're not smart enough to answer that question, but thank you for the $5.
Basically, he's trying to say that is Archie just campy and shystery, basically? And the answer is yes.
Is Archie a shyster? How do you not know that? Of course Archie's a shyster. However, he's like one of those. Archie is like a B movie where you feel slightly ashamed of yourself for tuning in, but you don't fully want your 2 hours back. Archie's a little like that. We love him. You know this? You know this, Clyde. We love him.
Sure. Right.
Yeah. Mackenzie, what do you know about Cartier?
They're like a jewelry brand.
People say that
Santos,
but wasn't it? Didn't they? And don't they have some way back innovations?
First pilot's watch ever before the GMT.
There you go. Clyde, how long are we going to go, Clyde? The Pontiff should be on it.
No, I think probably until 7:30. I'll stay on for another hour.
No, I can't do that. I don't have that. I barely had 40 minutes worth of material in me, let alone an hour and a half. VXR John says that he got his Milgauss the 20th of March 2020, the last day that the shops were open in his area, and we know that Bruce Williams got his Hulk on St. Patrick's Day a few days before that, because I think that anybody who has a Rolex dated in 2020, especially March 2020, that's kind of cool.
Be prepared to be
anally
raped.
Thank you, Clyde. Sounds like date night. Cliff H says, I have a 2020 this is frustrating. He says, I have a 2020 Explorer 2, but it's sitting at the courier between Rolex London and my AD.
Fucking hell!
Exactly. I mean, what do you mean it's sitting at the courier? That would really worry me. Well, I guess they have to provide you with a watch or money, but
yeah,
how does it get stuck in between? I mean, you'd think that the courier would have returned it to Rolex or the AD, one or the other. That's kind of nuts, kind of crazy.
Now, guys, if you want Mark to stay on, please super chat. And
well, we're not staying on, Clyde. We're going to get off. Doesn't matter what.
We're totally staying on it. Look, we're doing this for the people. We are doing this for the punters.
Well, it's true. We are doing this for you people to retain some semblance of normality.
Wait, what do you mean, you people?
Well, I mean them. The punters.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't not you, Clyde. You're my people, not you people. Let's see. Big Willie says, I put my name on the list only a month ago, and I had a call from Harrods, so apparently that is London. I put my name on the list only a month ago, and I got a call from Harrods last week. They had a sub with my name on it if I wanted it. They can't give them away, and I've only ever bought one watch, a Tudor from them, and they actually said that they had the stock to get gone. People aren't spending. So Harrods, according to Big Willie, Harrods having problems getting rid of stock. I kind of believe it, right? Because if you got the call, Clyde, right now for I
don't care what it is. No. Right
no.
now.
Okay. Let me give you so if you got the call for hold on. How about if you got the call for Daytona Panda?
No.
But see, okay, you buy the Daytona Panda for 13 plus tax, so you're out of there for what?
Fuck me dead. Fuck me dead.
What's happening?
He did.
You're out of there for
He did.
okay. Tommy D, $10. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tommy D. Maybe this is a better analogy. Clive is Michael Clayton, and luxury is Jodie Foster in The Accused. Who's Michael Clayton? And I never saw Q. And I never saw Q's. Tommy, this is going to cost you a fortune to make your point, which is perfect. Thank you so much. It's all going to the dog food fund.
By the way, what is that book? What is that book over your left shoulder?
I don't know. I think you're talking about Let Dogs Be Dogs, which is
No, that's your right shoulder. That's your left.
It's a cookbook, Clyde.
How come you're showing the cookbook over your left shoulder over your right shoulder?
Oh, for God's sakes, Clyde here. Hold on. I know what you're after. You're after Let Dogs Be Dogs is available for delivery via Amazon and Kindle wherever you are in the world, and audible.com. My new book, of course, is on pre-order right now. It is called The Art of Training Your Dog. It is available for pre-order on Amazon.
Are you going to put a link to the pre-order page?
I don't know how to do that. You do it, Clyde Z.
Oh, fuck. Really?
I know.
You pull up Amazon and then you click.
Well, all right. But see, now I got to do that while I'm talking to the punters, and I can't do two things at once.
Wait. Okay, I'll do it, but that means we stay on for another hour.
No.
Yeah, don't. I accept. I'm doing it.
All right, you go ahead. Okay. So is the doc a shitter? I like it, and I like to see something different, says Jim Jones. You know, I know. Yeah, I know, right? Jim Jones from, I don't really.
Entry-level luxury.
Well, is it really? I don't know. Let's just say, as far as I'm concerned, it's a proper tool watch. It's got the top level ETA eBosch in it, and it is regulated. And mine is running plus 1/2 a second per day. I mean, it's a lovely thing. Tommy D, $4.99. Wow, YouTube doesn't let me type Jodie Pfister. Well. Sorry about that. I am not responsible for what YouTube will and won't let you do, but I am glad that you are here with us, especially because you're funneling me all this money. I appreciate it. Okay, I don't know if you can hear the German Shepherd in the background complaining, but she's like, fuckers, it's dinner time. Complaining. So the doc says, is it a shitter? I don't like that term. I mean, I know the pontiff coined that term for anything that he deemed unworthy, but I don't know. I like watches, guys. So I have my cheapest watch is $25. I can't find it. It's the Casino Royale, the Casio Casino Royale. I'm gonna find it one of these days. It's somewhere in this house. Okay, so Mark, I enjoy your channel. This is Paul Campana. I enjoy your channel. I purchased a new Rolex Sea Dweller 126603. on March 14, 2020, and a Rolex Hulk on March 18, 2020 from my local AD in St. Louis, Missouri. Wow. Man, they must like you. The Sea Dweller is a little hard to get. The Hulk is really pretty hard to get. And you got them within 4 days of each other. That was a big week for you, sir. My new watches have given me happiness each day, even though we are going through tough times. Well, of course they are. You, sir, are in the honeymoon period, They say behind
the Amazon link to Mark's new book, the pre-order is posted under the comments now.
Thank you, Clydesy. And your videos are a great momentary escape from the daily somber news. Thanks. Well, you are welcome, Paul. Enjoy those watches. I have both of them also, and they are beauties. People, Maz Shah says, looks like the gray market prices are going to rise. Kid, you're tracking Rolex gray market prices. What's happening?
They're going down about, 10 to 15% already. But
Right on. Well, that's what I have for you people today. What do you think, Clyde? Did we do okay? We got 124 people standing around waiting for the pontiff. Where is he?
Well, actually, I think, he's coming. He's starting late. He's starting at 8:00 our time. Now, Mark, I think you need to read excerpts from "Let Dogs Be Dogs."
I need to read what?
Read an excerpt from your book.
I see. What would you like me to? Next, you're coming up with any nonsense you can to keep me going here, right?
Just to emphasize what a great value in dog training your book is, and what a superb dog trainer you are.
Well, I'll just read you a little bit of the acknowledgments, Clyde. And do your best to try and keep Mackenzie awake during this time. This book is the result of a lifetime of learning, a process that continues to this day because dogs and people always have more to learn from one another. Dogs keep us humble. They remind us to enjoy the simple things, to get out of our own heads occasionally, to smell the earl, to smell the air, see the squirrel. Even the earthy reality of picking up after them on a walk connects us to the biology of living things. I had many good teachers as I learned about training and artful living with dogs. Some of them were people. A number of them were dogs. Some of the most important lessons I have ever learned about dogs came as a result of making mistakes. Some of them were minor and could be easily fixed with a bit of reflection and effort. Others were more complicated and remedied only with great effort or not at all. Even in those instances, I have profited in a way that lets me help more people and dogs. To every dog I have helped, I'm thankful that you allowed me to increase your quality of life and to connect you better to the family who loves you. To any dog I have failed, you are the few I remember and think about the most. You are the reason I never want to stop learning about your species. You motivate me to be the best trainer possible and, in fact, the best person I can be. And as we know, I still have work in that area to do, Clyde.
A lot of work. I mean, a lot.
I know, it's true. The friendship between man and dog is very old. Some cultures mummified their dogs and buried them with their masters. Others memorialized their dogs in paintings, tapestries, and sculpture. I keep a collection of little boxes containing the ashes of my departed pack. One day I wish to be among them. That is not a morbid thought from me. Far from it. It's a happy notion that one day I will go to the company of my dogs. Let Dogs Be Dogs at a bookstore near you.
When does the audiobook come out?
The audiobook on Let Dogs Be Dogs has been out for 2 years. So it is on audible.com as we speak, or you could buy the audio CDs off Amazon. So I was asked when the new book will be out. It will be out October 6th. Will there be an audible of it? I assume so. I can't swear, to that. Thank you, Geezer. I'm tearing up, says Pharmacist. That's beautiful, Mark. Yeah, and I before I get to Tommy's generous contribution, I'll tell you a funny story, guys. So if you're published by a proper publisher, they have teams of lawyers who go over your book with a fine-tooth comb. And what they're looking for is anything that could potentially get you or them sued. And so I did have to talk. I'm not even done. I'm still talking to the lawyers. But anyway, I talk to this lawyer. She calls me up and she goes, okay, first thing I got to ask you is who wrote this book and where's the contract for the ghostwriter? And I was like, wait, what? This is the new one. And she goes, who wrote your book? She's like I'm stupid. Like it's a simple question. I said, what do you mean who wrote my book? I go, I wrote my book. My co-author and we wrote our book. And she goes, no, I understand that. She goes, I mean the ghostwriter who really wrote your book. And I said, why are you asking me about a ghostwriter? She goes, you didn't have a ghostwriter? I said, no, we wrote every word. And she said, oh, wow, who knew? I'm like, okay, well, why did you even ask me that? And she goes, well, look, she goes, don't be offended. She goes, but I've been reading books for Norton. My publisher is Norton. I've been reading books for Norton for 15 years. It's how I make my living. She goes, invariably, when a book is this beautifully written, it has been ghostwritten. And she said, she goes, no offense, but you're a dog trainer. She goes, I didn't expect that. Anyway, so I was very, 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 pleased when she thought our book was beautifully written. But hey, look, you know what, guys? My co-author is a New York Times best-selling author, Brother Christopher. And I was an English major and an editor for 25 years. So we have a little background in this. Tommy D, $10. Will you be doing a book tour at famous bookstores and various PetSmarts when the world resumes? I certainly hope so.
Now, if you'd like for us to stay on till 8 o'clock,
we are not staying on till the Pontiff.
$50.
The Pontiff will be on any second. What did I do with my bottle of water, Clyde? God, I'm like,
no, he's not. No.
What have I done? Keep it going. I'm going to wander away just like the Pontiff. Hold on. Keep it going, Clyde. Talk to the kid.
All right. So, he's going to be on 30 minutes, but we'll just tell him it's going to be like it says 7. We'll tell him it's going to be 8, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Fine by me.
So, Mackenzie, you looked it up. He starts at 8. He's starting late tonight, right?
Right.
You know what? The both of you are lying to me.
Us?
Yeah. You know, Clyde.
$20 to stay on 30 more minutes.
Clyde, I feel like you're taking, you're leading young Mackenzie astray. Like he's young, he's sweet, he's innocent.
Why would I be letting him astray if you're the dog trainer?
I often ask myself the same question. I feel like you're taking my job right now, Clyde. It is my job to lead him down the wrong path in life, and don't teach him. Don't teach him. I did not, but now he's buying Rolex. Mark and
Rolex,
Clyde.
please.
Mark and Clyde, we would make a nice couple. We would kill each other. Oh my God. We would, Clyde and I, look, guys, like Clyde, should we tell them?
Yeah, go ahead.
We tried to make a go of it. I mean, we gave it the old college try, but two strong personalities in one house. And not only that, we got really tired of constantly having to play rock, paper, scissors for it. Clyde's a sore loser. So.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
Get it? Sore.
Yes.
Sore. Loser.
Yes.
So God knows we tried. Also, he's very difficult to cook for. The rancher eats two things, okay? Beef. Well, three things if you want to count tacos. He eats beef and potatoes, and each of them has to be boiled, like in a bag. I don't claim to fully understand. He's not an easy man to feed.
Preferably in the same bag, because that way the potatoes taste beefy.
Clyde, what's your guilty pleasure food? Like Cheetos or Doritos, or like what's your crap junk food of choice?
I was just at Sam's Club today, and flaming hot Cheetos popcorn. I'm like, ooh.
Well, they sell that in like the garbage bag size at Sam's Club, right?
Well, yeah.
Charles Ulysses Farley says, I bought your first dog book from Amazon, but I haven't read it yet. I have a very unruly golden retriever female who is super aggro, and I hope it helps with her. Well, I bet you it will, sir. And if it doesn't,
actually,
the second book.
Well, actually, let's start off with the basics. Number one, read the book.
That will help. Either that or hit her over the head with it. Either way, you're going to get some, better behavior. You're going to get some better behavior, right, Clyde?
Exactly.
And then, should we tell them the rest of our side story, Clyde?
Our sob story? No, I've never owned a Swedish car.
I hear the kid, playing with his bezel in the background, and that really does bring me to, what happened was Clyde and I really did try and make a go of it, and then this waif shows up at Clyde's office, and he needed to be emancipated from his parents, and so we set him up with a Doxa, a few good watches. He's playing with his Doxa like right now. He's just doing like this. And you can't see him, but we built a basement apartment for him, and we became a throuple. So that's the story of how we found the kid, right, Clyde?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And we're doing the best we can. So Mackenzie, what time is the pontiff going on?
I'm fucking sick of beef and potatoes already.
You'll eat your boiled meat and you'll like it.
I think we should wrap it up, Clyde, don't you? It's been an hour, 3 minutes, and we're running out of material. Pretty soon we're just going
to do 25 more minutes.
I want to know, will somebody in the comments tell me, is Archie on? Like, if he's on, we want to get off,
You didn't get the link?
No.
Wait. Mackenzie, do you want to get off? Whose turn is it? Oh my God! You know what? We are revolting and disgusting virtually everybody in the entire audience. But I'm getting myself. I'm getting a little turned on right now. And Doc BBC. Hey Doc, why aren't you in here? Doc should join us. Doc, this is like the last 2 seconds of the show. Isn't that your cue to hop in here? Here's a $2 bill for another 20 minutes. Come on, Doc, jump on in here.
30 minutes. Okay, there we go.
No, sir, it was only $2, and I set the threshold way higher than that. But anyway, Archie's counter says it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be 7 p.m. Oh, dear God, that means it's another 22 minutes from now. I can't.
So
Guys,
we need to stay on for another 25 minutes.
I can't make it. Clyde, I'm just going to sit here quietly now. I'm going to turn off my camera. I'd like you to go ahead and lead the show for a few minutes.
Okay, guys. Now, if you have any miscellaneous questions, now's the time to bring them up. If you want to ask young Mackenzie about his watch collection, now's the time to bring it up.
Wait, we're actually talking watches?
Yeah, we can talk watches.
Nice.
All right, so who's breathing in the background? Well, that's Mark. Never mind. You notice the more you talk, the heavier Mark starts breathing?
Talking watches and potatoes.
while Mark reaches for the lotion.
Yeah.
If you want to ask a kid about his fetish, now's the time.
But the stud asks. I'll go ahead and list them off. I got the Daytona Ceramic Panda White Dial, the Pepsi GMT Ceramic, the Omega Seamaster Ceramic in Blue.
Sorry, go ahead.
The Bluesy Submariner Ceramic, the Tudor Black Bay 58, the Breitling Navi Timer 806 reissue, and the Speedy and the Doxa in the white dial Daytona.
Nice. Get Dawn on to make lotion recommendations. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, actually.
Yeah, I only work weekend shifts, Michael. Charles is asking, buy the Hulk now or wait until the next model comes out with the 3235?
Okay, okay. Are you doing it from the standpoint of collectability, or are you doing it from the standpoint of having a watch that you will actually wear for an extended period? If it's the former, then get the current one. If it's the latter, then wait.
Yeah, and I was going to say, if you can get it for retail, go ahead and get it, because it's going for about 13 now. I don't think the movement makes a drastic difference.
Oh, well. Also, let me text my daughter real quick. Sorry. I actually did the first little batch of okay. Actually, so yeah, I actually the boiled beef brisket, believe it or not. Now, keep in mind, it's not really broiled; it's sous vide. You know how sous vide works, right?
No.
Well, sous vide means under seal, more or less, is the rough translation. But more or less, you seal up whatever you're cooking, and then you cook. Then you basically stick it in a tub of water, and there's a heater with a temperature sensor and a fan, so it keeps it at a perfect temperature and circulates it. So, like, of course, you do anything with it, but basically, meat dishes are the favorite one. And believe it or not, no, it's perfectly, like Ruth Chris, for instance.
So wait, real quick. I just want to make sure I understand correctly. So basically, you could put your steak in a baggie, get into the bathtub with it, take a really hot bath, and fart to keep it like all moving around. That's what you're talking about, a tub of water, and keep it moving.
Except the temperature control on the sous vide, like on the Nova, is a lot more precise.
Is that right?
Now, Clive, does that make the meat moist?
No, it doesn't because it's under seal.
He's going to say, see, but my theory is Clyde throws all his meat in a garbage bag, throws it in the hot tub over at the apartment complex comes back and gets it like 3-4 days later and then eats it. And then wonders why he has a fever for like 4 straight days.
I may have had the fucking coronavirus. I may have had the,
you're never going to know if you had the coronavirus. And the reason is you haven't been to a doctor in like 25 years. Go ahead.
I was to a doctor in 2011.
Is that right? In 2011. That was, 9 years ago. What'd you go to the doctor for in 2011, Clyde? Piles or, what?
Hernia surgery.
Me too. Inguinal? Where'd you have your hernia? I had a double.
I only had a single.
Oh, man. That sucked. Was it day surgery or did you stay over?
No, it was meant to be outpatient, but I had to go for an extended period of time.
Get the fuck out. Why? Like, what happened? Well, first of all, did they cut you open or was it done with scope?
Scope.
Yeah, me too. Why did you have, what happened? I was in and out.
It was an older hospital, so they used Listerine.
I was in and out, man. I was, although they had to catheter me. It was really not fun because I couldn't pee. But, like, what happened to you?
Well, because this is about this time of year, and there's the storm front coming in, and you can't take anything, So I was being a little bit. I was telling them, guys, I've got this horrific sinus headache coming on. Can you give me something for it? They said, yeah, morphine. Whoop. I was like, that's not what I wrote.
I see. I understand.
So I came to in the recovery room. I was looking around and said, okay, well, I guess I'm all right. And see a few people here. A short while later, I looked around. I was like, okay, I guess I'm still in the waiting room. Different people.
How much morphine did they give you, Clyde?
No, actually, as it turns out, because of the freaking allergies and the sinus, I was so. They basically said your O2 is your oxygen is too low. We can't release you.
Oh wow! So they can't. How long did you have to stay?
Well, a couple of days until
kidding.
No, until I was able to grasp a pillow and literally coughed up just ungodly amounts of stuff.
Rich, buddy, I got you on commission, buddy. Actually, somebody asked about my third book or made a joke about my third book, Clyde. And guess what? There's going to be a third book. I have an idea for a third book. My co-author and I have discussed it, and we haven't started yet, but because we're still doing some of the little housekeeping wrap-up stuff for this book.
You mean your ghostwriter?
Yeah, exactly. My ghostwriter and I have a meeting to talk about what's next. But there's going to be a third book, and guess what? Guess what it's called? I can't tell you. I'm not allowed to tell you.
Okay.
I think Archie will tell us.
Yeah. I gotta keep it away from Jim. Jim Tinkler, you are the weakest link.
Now, by the way, the ghostwriter. When you were having your sessions with the ghostwriter, were you guys sitting at a table together, or were you like working on making pottery?
I don't get it.
Ghost with Demi
Pottery. Oh, the movie. Yeah. You're older than me, Clyde. I barely remember that movie. Or maybe I'm older than you and my memory is shot. I just, I don't know. Can you reuse an N95 mask if you microwave it? That's probably not a good idea. It's probably got like little delicate plastic bits in there that you're fusing, and who knows.
You can put them.
Well, no, actually, what you should do is sous vide it.
Sous vide.
Yeah.
Logan Hall boils his mask. I got a mask. Where's mine? I don't know. It's somewhere around here. I got a mask around here somewhere, but it's not the N95 mask is a disposable one-time use that stops everything. Like the kind of mask that we're using these days is not really intended to stop virus. It will stop big buckets of snot from penetrating you, but that's about it. I do have some N95.
Yeah, but it only works if you're not wearing a Rolex, evidently.
I'm gonna go get another beer.
How many beers are you up to, young man? Clyde, I thought we put a lock on the beer fridge down there.
Well, we did, but unfortunately, he keeps picking the lock.
Did you give him? Oh, you know what's funny? I got lock picks. You want to see? Hold on, I'll get them.
Ooh, yes, please.
Let's see if there's any missing, Clyde. What are the what's the rules on burglary tools in your jurisdiction?
I'm not going to go into it right now.
Because I'm pretty sure these would qualify, my friend. Don't ask me why I have these. And don't ask me how I know how to use them. Because Taylor locks. I was like the 4th generation in the lock and key industry.
Well, actually, have you ever seen the YouTube channel Lockpicking Lawyer?
I have not.
It's a lawyer, and he actually shows you how to bypass and pick all sorts of mechanical and even electronic locks.
Very nice. Yeah, you got the electronic ones usually attack the solenoid, Clyde. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, because I was Lockpicking Lawyer.
Nice. One of my, in my previous career, I was a publisher and an editor, and I've edited and published a lot of books on safe cracking and how to open safes. Because I got hooked up with one of the world's foremost experts, and he's writing his life story as we speak. And may I just say, he's opened safes and vaults for some incredibly famous people. And Clyde, I'm gonna put into the private chat. I can't say about this. Where's the how do I get into the private chat?
You click under, yeah.
I know how to do it. It's just all of a sudden not showing me the option.
Well, do you see it where it says live comments?
I don't.
Super chat.
Kermit the Frog. Air King or the 16622. That's an old Yachtmaster, isn't it? It's not even a new one, right?
That's a 5. Yeah, it's 5 digits.
So,
jeez.
Air King, because that Yachtmaster is too old. I'm not in favor of that really old one.
Bonanza.
It is a Bonanza. I don't know. I would say Air King between those two. But if it was the 116622, then it would be but the 6-digit reference.
Yeah, I like it.
Clyde, in the private chat, I'm telling you whose vault he opened after death.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool. Can't talk about it though, but he's writing a book. That's why we can't talk. Guinness Draft Stout. Ooh, that was a nice psst that you just made there. Isn't that kind of like black and dark and thick?
Yeah, it's good though.
I don't know why it makes me think of Doc. Okay. Well, anyway. James Con 11 $4.99. Mark, I have an 8-year-old golden retriever who is frightened at the sound of ladders on walks in the neighborhood. How can I help him getting over it? What sound does a ladder make? I mean, why do I feel like you're messing with me here? The sound of a ladder. What's the sound of a ladder?
Like the climbing.
Well, he says the sound of a ladder. I'm really confused. Put some detail in the comments, please, sir. I don't really know what the sound of a ladder is. We Kairos recommend doctor checkup every 40 years. So, Clyde, since you were, basically had mesh implanted in your groin in 2011, you're good for about another, 25, 30 years. You're good for a while because the doc says you're not really construction. Well, I mean, okay, look, I'm going to handle noise sensitivity real quick as just a general thing. Call it noise sensitivity. And you just work the dog at a great distance, meaning you don't take her right through the middle of it. You take her far from it, and at the first sign that she's starting to become a little uncomfortable, stop and pause right there, even though it's far from the thing. Doesn't matter how far it is from the thing. Ask her to sit, give her a treat, and then remove her from the thing. And then every day, just get 1 foot closer. So we do that. It's slow desensitization. That's what you want to do there. Okay. Mark, Clive, Mackenzie, are you guys preppers? What's the name?
Guys, it's called Preppy.
Dr. Prepper. You don't like Dr. Prepper?
I'd like to be a prepper too.
Yeah. Well, I keep 1 year's worth of water in the water table under my house. So in that sense, yes, I'm a prepper, and I also have dogs. A lot of dogs around here, and I pretty much have worked out over the years which of them I'm going to eat first if the zombie apocalypse comes. So I have a few years worth of water in the water table under my home, and I know which of the You know?
Wouldn't the dogs serve to help protect you during the zombie apocalypse?
Well, some of them more than others. So you would eat the useless ones first. Clyde, is what you would do.
Now, what would be the useless ones?
Usually, sadly, they're usually the cutest ones. The ones that are they're cute but not especially good at hunting or protection. So, it's cuteness. Cuteness goes first. Sorry, Scooty. Alexander Gomez preferences between the black ceramic adult Rolex and the Rolex Skydweller stainless steel blue dial, where they're two entirely. But I mean, like just based on the 2 watch, they're like totally different watches. Like, if I had to pick one, I'd go with the Skydweller. Also, it's big.
I would too. Because the size, the sunburst blue dial,
the more useful
factor,
more useful complication, right?
The MTA annual calendar.
So, but I'm a very lucky man, and I do have a Skydweller, although mine is 2-tone. I have the 2-tone one with the creamy white dial, and I think I might actually like that better than the blue. I mean, the blue stainless steel.
Well, you've already got the Yachtmaster blue. You've already got a bluesy.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I'm not like. Listen, guys, if I were ever to go for the stainless steel blue Skydweller, it would probably be 75% just because they're impossible to get, and it would be cool to have the impossible watch.
So in other words, it's a nya watch.
Yeah, exactly. It would definitely be an FU. Definitely an FU. I don't know. Guys, we keep talking about me getting a gold F off or PH off piece. And,
wait.
Yes.
Hey, wait. Actually, yes. Mackenzie?
Yeah.
Is that the kind of watch that you'd wear to the University of Florida?
Which one?
An FU watch?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
My Saluki's aggressive to other dogs. I think it's mostly nerve. We gave her Prozac, but we still are afraid to take her to the dog park. Well, first of all, you don't have to take your dog to the dog park. And I wouldn't take a dog who was aggressive I'd go to a dog trainer is what I would do. And giving dogs Prozac for aggression is generally not a wonderful idea. It very rarely results in a good result. And in Let Dogs Be Dogs, there is a whole chapter called Peace Without Prozac, Sir. You might want to read this book for information on that form of aggressive anxiety and psychotropic drugs for dogs.
Now, you can also buy that book online, right?
Of course. Doesn't matter what country you're in. You could download it, you can have it in your iPhone in like 2 minutes. It's on Kindle, it's on iTunes, it's on Audible. So if you're in a country where, what's that?
iBooks?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Isolationist Blues, you can have the answer in your hand right now.
That's true. Kermit the Frog is, are there any untrainable dog breeds? Well, there's some breeds that are just harder than others. Saluki, not that easy a breed, but usually not aggressive. So, yes, there are some that are more difficult than others, but untrainable? Look, there are some cars that little old ladies from, Pasadena should not buy, right? Should she really buy, and I'm not a car guy, but should she buy a super powerful Maserati or a Lambo or something that's real touchy? You okay there, Mackenzie? You having a problem? You drunk? All right. A lady, or some dude, you should not drive a really super powerful car unless you know how. And if you're going to buy a Presa Canario or, one of these super powerful domineering kind of breeds, then you should probably really know what you're doing and not be a douchebag. So, yes, I agree. Probably fear aggression for the Saluki. Haven't evaluated it, but probably do it. If you're drunk and kill a dog that won't stop barking, how much jail time is that?
Fear aggression for the Saluki.
A dog expert and lawyer combined should know. I was actually I was asked to be a defense witness by the defense attorney for a guy. I'm going to be really careful with the details because this was a very famous Illinois case. And I was asked to be an expert witness for a guy who killed a puppy and claimed it was self-defense. And when I looked at I saw, yeah, it was a puppy. And the guy was facing jail time. And in this state, it's a felony. So he was looking at several years of potential jail time. And so I asked the defense attorney for the veterinarian's necropsy, which is, the autopsy, so that I could really see what damage was done to this puppy and just get, a little bit more of the detail. And oh my God, it was an awful story. The police report, the it was terrible. This puppy wasn't that big. It wasn't like an 80-pound, puppy. It was a much smaller puppy. So anyway, but I told the defense attorney, I was like, buddy, I can't, man, dude, I can't do this. Like, if I do this, I'm going to be in the newspapers as like the jerk off who is defending, this guy who like basically beat a puppy to death and then claimed it's not my pants. It's not my pants defense. It was crazy.
Well, it may not have been his dog. That's a variation of the not his pants.
I did come up with an Inspector Clouseau type of defense for the attorney. I'm not sure he used it. But I said, what I would do if I were you, my friend, is I would first of all demand a jury trial. He goes, no, that'd be bad for us, very bad, because it's emotional. I go, oh, you didn't let me finish. Hold on here a second. You want a jury trial?
How long does it take you to finish?
I don't know. Ask Mackenzie. I said, what you want to do is you want a jury trial, and then what you want is, the puppy is like 12 pounds, right? This is a sad story, really sad story. Anyway, so I said, go get yourself a badger. They weigh around 10 pounds, 10, 12 pounds. You get a badger, which is like the fiercest, meanest animal, pound for pound on earth. You get a badger, you stuff it into a box, okay? You cut a small hole in the box, and then you go up to the jury. Juror number 1, if you believe that a 10-pound animal cannot do grievous harm to or injury to a human being, please put your hand in the box and pet the badger. Lady, pet the badger, pet the badger. And then what you do is you take that box from juror 1 through juror 12, and you tell them all, pet the badger. And so I like to call it the pet the badger defense, but we didn't get too far with it, and I refused to take that job because I thought that guy, kind of deserved to be in jail. So end of the story was he did not go to jail. He did not. Those cases are very difficult to prosecute. So he got lucky, but God, I just couldn't imagine trying to help him. Well,
Ron's comment.
Ron, that guy should get the chair. Yes. Above the no. Philly Kurt says thoughts on the JLC reverse OG. That's what, Ron. I think if you and Mackenzie get together afterwards, I usually use stout draft beer. That's what I use. What's that beer you're drinking?
Guinness.
Yeah, I usually use Guinness. That's what I.
So Philly Kurt
works every time. It's a little yeasty. It's a little yeasty, and it tastes of like walnuts, and it has a slight salty after tang. With a little bouquet of sweetness. So
salty after tang, I could. Never mind.
So I think I think that's my recommendation. I don't recommend peanut butter at all. Philly Kurt says thoughts on the JLC Reverso tribute calendar, and this is probably for the kid and Clyde because I don't know jack about any of this. Versus the Saxonia duo time. Currently, he's got a Batgirl, a Polar, Pam, a GS, a Grand Seiko GMT, and he wants some hot horology dress.
Well, I was kind of noticing his collection is primarily GMT watches. That's kind of cool, actually.
And he wants a dress GMT, so it's a theme for him. And then he says, call it quits. Well, first of all, Philly, I'm from Philly too, by the way, Kurt. I'm a Philly guy. There is no way that you're going to call it quits. So, let's stop fooling each other right there. That's bullshit right there, sir. But at any rate, give a quick answer, Clyde, because Clyde and Kid, and then we are off the air to get ready for Archie.
Okay, let's go over his collection in detail first.
No, Clyde, you got 30 seconds, Clyde. I'm timing it, and go.
Wait. What are you using to time?
Doxa. 25 seconds, Clyde.
You cannot time something.
20 seconds, Clyde.
Precisely. You can't do it precisely on a chronograph. I'm sorry. I demand the precision of a chronograph. Mark, go and get
Clyde, you got 10 seconds left, Clyde.
No. Go and get a chronograph. Yeah, get the G-Shock.
5 seconds, Clyde.
Well, actually, for that, considering the rest of your collection,
Clyde's out of time. Kid, what do you think?
I love that theme of 4 GMT watches, and they're all sporty. So I'll go out on a limb and say get a Vacheron Overseas GMT to keep the sporty nature of the collection.
I'd love that Vacheron Overseas. The newest one is cool.
The with the removable bracelet.
Yeah, really, really, really sweet.
Yeah.
Clyde, thank you for joining me. Thank you for co-hosting with me. Thank you for keeping the kid locked up on the basement with me. I appreciate your efforts.
Guys, we have time for just a quick couple of last questions.
We do not. We're going to get off now.
We certainly have time for a couple of questions.
Clyde, say goodbye to the people, Clyde. I got the button. I'm going to hit it.
Guys, super chat $5 now, and we'll stay on for another.
I'd like to thank you ever so much for having joined Mark Goldberg, Clive the Watch Ranger, Mackenzie, who is Billy the Kid. We just want to spend a little bit of time with you. I don't know what that banging is in the background, but I'm a find out who it is and spank them. Guys, thanks for being with us. 3, 2, 1. We're done.
Say on.
And we're off.
Say.